Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Masal khair. Allow me, Mr. Abdullah, before we go into just Ras Al Khaimah and DarGlobal's and Aston Martin. Every time I'm taking the stage in the last 3 months from a developer who is well entrenched in many areas in the GCC and in many cities in the GCC, we have enough expertise and credibility to tell you the following. Today, when you look at Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Muscat, Riyadh, Jeddah, Al Ula, and other areas in the GCC, you see a very big drive in this area to build a very big destination. And this very big destination, when you think about it, let's say from an economy perspective. So today, the economy of the GCC is of a similar size to the economy of Italy. It's around $2 trillion. So I'm sure when you go to Italy, and Stefano will help me with that, you experience and you visit and you invest in many cities of Italy, not only just one destination or 2 destinations. And eventually, what you are seeing in the GCC is the same drive to build a multitude number of cities that are a target for international investment, international relocation, international business, tourism, and a second home. And I'm sure you've been following the news of how these cities are also becoming together to become interconnected by trains, by new airports, by new roads. And believe me, we're gonna see in the next 10 years, when we look at the GCC, we're gonna see all those major cities as a major city in one destination called the GCC. And some of these destinations are just starting, like Ras Al Khaimah. Some of them are more established, and some of them are yet to start. But when you look at all the projects that are being developed and the governments are committed to drive international investment and are giving international investment incentives, this is where you can see the real potential, not only of Ras Al Khaimah, but the whole GCC and all those cities strengthening each other to become one global destination, the GCC destination, which from an economy perspective is also geared to double in size in the next 20 years. And the international population, they recognize in the GCC something very important. And maybe my European friends will not like this, but today, when you go to so many European countries, you don't feel welcomed. You feel just spend your money, visit whatever you want to visit, do the shopping and leave. While you come today to the GCC and you feel welcomed, you arrive at the airport, the people want you there. They ask you, so you're staying for 3 days. Why 3 days? Stay for 2 weeks. Okay, it was not nice when the Dubai police officer told my mother-in-law when she told him she was staying for 1 week, told her, no, stay for 1 month. Maybe not good for mothers-in-law, but this is what you feel. You feel welcomed as a foreigner. And you feel that all the nationalities are represented here, not just 1 or 2 nationalities. We have more than 100 nationalities represented in the GCC. All of the GCC countries today have now incentives for real estate investment, which in return you will get a residency visa, even in Saudi, which was launched last December. So when we look at a destination like Ras Al Khaimah, we believe that this is one of the destinations that will be a key destination within the GCC. And this was one of the main attractants for us to enter the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, because we see how much Abdullah and his team and the Emirates and its leadership are working very hard to build an ecosystem to drive foreign investment and tourism into the Emirate. I've been asked by one of my friends from Gulf News this morning saying, Ziad, what took you to Ras Al Khaimah? What do you see in Ras Al Khaimah? And this is where our specialty lies. Our specialty as a developer lies in getting the support from governments and bodies that govern cities and work with them to generate and propagate the proper message about Ras Al Khaimah. When I look at Ras Al Khaimah, the first thing I see is expansive beachfront. You know how hard is it to find a beachfront property? It's becoming a rare commodity across the globe. So the first distinctive element that you see in Ras Al Khaimah is beachfront properties. Second thing, and maybe I should not say this as a real estate developer, but we are very proud of this and we like this very much because the Emirate is developing on the concept of low density. So density of Marjan Island, where we're gonna have our first project, they don't allow more than 20 floors. And this is very much appreciated, meaning that area will be more exclusive. It's less dense. And this is also a vision to implement such a planning on such an areas. In addition to beachfront, and this was the dream of my country, where to build beaches and mountains at the same time. Unfortunately, we failed, and now we're coming to Ras Al Khaimah to succeed. Ras Al Khaimah is among those places, from a geography perspective, you have a mountain which is 2,000 meters high, and you have a beach, and they are less than 1 hour away. And I checked before we came in, so the temperature outside here was 37. So I opened and checked the temperature on Jabal al-Jais. What do you think, Abdullah, is it? 21. 21 degrees. So you have 2 seasons in the same area. And this is very unique. And we can see how many teams are working very actively in Ras Al Khaimah, led by Mr. Abdullah, to work on the development of many of these mountains, which create an ecosystem that you cannot find across the GCC in this manner. And this is something very unique. For those of you who don't know, one of the most important UNESCO site, protected cultural site in the UAE is actually Ras Al Khaimah. Did anybody know this? So, okay, you win a prize with us. So maybe we're talking about the British brand, so excuse us, because this was the last place where we fought the Brits, actually. So Daya Fort is one of the most important UNESCO cultural sites in the UAE, and it's Ras Al Khaimah. So in addition to what you have seen from the beautiful videos of Al Marjan, you have a new baby, an upcoming city with a lot of potential from all of these elements. And on top of that, you have a young leadership that are welcoming to developers and investors and helping them to build projects and promote the Emirate at the same time. So I say really we have a very good formula for this project and this Emirate and that city to develop to the future. And allow me to say this, you're gonna have something magnificent in that Emirate, that its geography and its culture does not allow it to be developed in any place other than Ras Al Khaimah. Obviously, we're here as a real estate developer, as a commercial company, so I have to get back to promoting the project that we are presenting. So we are definitely very proud to be collaborating with Aston Martin on this beautiful project. We had Aston Martin for a long time on our mind, but we were waiting for the right location to present this premium brand in a premium design and in one of the most iconic features that you're gonna find on Marjan Island, the uniqueness of that location. And I always say this with beachfront properties, that yes, during the day, you'll come down from your property and go down to the beach, and you will enjoy during the day the beautiful sight of the beach and what in front of you. But at night, if you don't have anything in front of you, just the sea, it's only black. While in particular for this destination, in front of you is a very big animated resort in which you can have its view. And always people will tell me, Ziad, you've launched that property because of the wind resort. And allow me to say this. The wind resort and what it brings to the Ras Al Khaimah is just the cherry on a cake that is being baked, and it's gonna be a very tasty cake. And we've seen the starting of that baking and preparation. Thank you very much for coming to see us and to meet us, and we hope to have you all investors in our project.